What's so fucking red?
Hello my friends and very welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about, is it okay to have a boring life? Let's get started.
This is a video about my boring life. I used to feel pretty guilty about not traveling all the time, going to concerts, brunches, especially seeing videos by someone like Nathaniel Drew. And the best way I can describe it is feeling guilty. I pride myself on being a hard worker. So just the fact that I run the same day over and over again implied that I'm not reaching my potential, that I'm not doing everything I should be doing. I've come to realize that I get the most fulfillment out of running the same day over and over. Things like waking up, going to the gym, reading books, writing, watching a movie. These things are fun to me.
He says he likes to run the same routine over and over again. It gets you in the routine or the repetitive nature where you can let your muscle memory take over, which means you're not in control of your own life. Routine is, your muscle memory is. That's boring as hell. If you have your goal, you don't want to work 9 to 5. You work whatever hours it takes to get your goal. What do I need to do today to get me one step closer to where I want to be next year, in 5 years, in 10 years? Every day needs to be different and better than the last.
It's satisfying for me to run the system that I had set for myself. And of course, there is the occasional moment of enthusiasm of trying new things. But maybe you're like me, and sometimes you feel like you're not doing enough. You should be jet setting. You should be attending that concert or that social gathering.
You're going to have things that hold you back, things that change your mind, things that get in the way. Maybe you want to learn the piano, but on Tuesday you have swim practice, Thursday you've got football practice, Friday and Sunday you study, and then all of a sudden you have to change your routine. You have to adapt it. Now, routine is also affiliated with one other major point in our economy, in our society, and that's prison. Prisoners have a routine to get them to conform, to do the same thing, like animals, to do the same thing. Routine is important, but setting your goals and doing what it takes to accomplish them is much more detrimental than doing so.
And when you just do a couple of things every day and your days are pretty boring, it allows you to tap into consistency in a way you simply could not otherwise. I mean, the first thing that messes up my consistency is doing something outside of my schedule, outside of the stuff that's really important to me. Or a great way to think about this is, it's better to be good consistently than great on occasion. Lots of creative people, they use strict routines to free up their minds. They wear the same clothes over and over. They wake up and sleep at the same time. They accept their routines.
Miserable. We are meant to explore, to try new things. We are the most adaptive creature on planet Earth.
Yep.
Birds can fly, chameleons can change colors. We can change ourselves in every sense of the word.
Only focusing on the things that matter most. Everything should either be a hell yes or a no. If you're thinking about doing something, if someone says, hey, why don't we meet up for drinks on a Friday night? If you don't feel truly enthusiastic about it, if it's not a hell yes, you probably should just say no.
That's the title, Why I Live a Boring Life. He may be successful and rich and happy and whatnot, but it's still a boring life where every single day is the same.
I've struggled a little bit with being a people pleaser throughout my life, and sometimes I've agreed to do something, but if I really think about it, the event had nothing to do with me. In fact, some of the times I've been out doing this cool thing, showing off that I've been doing this cool thing, but I've been just bored and miserable on the inside.
And all of a sudden, if you see an old friend in the street, you can't even go and spend time with them because you have to go home and read. It's on your schedule and you cannot break schedule. The schedule is God.
Following the same routine, catching the same bus, driving the same car on the same route to the same job with the same boss, for the same people, for the same wage, to buy the same food, to cook the same dinner, to clean the same dishes, to put them away in the same cupboard, to sleep in the same bed with the same blankets and the same pillows, and wake up in the same bed and do that whole thing over and over again.
Boring. Let's invite some Indian guys tonight.
I remember one time my friends asked me to go to Zion National Park. This is back when I was still a teacher living in Los Angeles. And so for spring break, we did it. We went on this trip to Zion. You know, on paper, it was what it should be. I was at a beautiful national park. I was breathing in this cool air. I was climbing, taking in the sights, feeling nature all around me. But on the inside, I honestly just did not give a fuck.
He's saying like he's going out there to these events, music festival, food festival, skydiving, and then regretting it. Because it has nothing to do with him, because it doesn't advance his career, it doesn't advance his wealth, it doesn't advance his knowledge, when fun is the only source of, generic income that we have, of personal well-being income that we have, of our health. He's saying to do these things, to go out and have fun, is actually bad for him. That's what makes up life.
I just don't care. I cannot bring myself to care. At the time, I was very much immersed in like the Hollywood actor circuit. And I was coming across a lot of pain pursuing that. I was like kind of sad about auditioning and getting rejected and spending hours on a Saturday filling up postcards with my name and my resume on the back and submitting them and doing tapes online, just getting rejected all the time. But that was actually more meaningful to me because I actually cared about that.
It sounds like he has only got very minimal things that he cares about and nothing else matters. I care about the world. I care about, environmental protection. I care about animals. I care about travel. If I go to a music festival, I'm not going to be sitting there thinking about, animals. I'm still going to have a bunch of fun in other places. I think the problem with this guy is he's so closed-minded and living in his 3-foot world that anything outside of his 3-foot world no longer matters.
A boring routine lets you get good sleep. And I mention this because sleep has such an enormous impact on our entire experience of life. On some level, life isn't anything more than the rooms that we're inside of with different people. And my ability to be present, happy, and to actually be able to concentrate on the things I want to do has a lot to do with sleep.
You sleep better when you do better. You achieve goals when you improvise. And when you improvise, you feel alive.
So conclusion, look, do what you want. As long as you're not hurting someone, it doesn't really matter. But spice your life up. Have some fun. You're going to die one day. Live. Sporadic, unexpected events
Are the best.
Birds can fly, chameleons can change colors. We can change ourselves in every sense of the word. So let's try it. Let's have some fun.
Thank you very much for watching our video, guys. Please put like, dislike, and comment below if you think that it's okay to have a boring life and you just don't want to travel or improvise.